Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to be reorganizing my bookshelves and I thought I'd bring you guys along. So as you can see behind me, they are empty, so I suppose it's more organizing them than reorganizing them. But I have piles of books here and we're going to be just popping them in. I thought it'd be fun to bring you guys along and it'd be fun for me to look back on and kind of see what my book collection is as of now and how I'm going to organize it. So I did think this video would be a little bit more interesting because I was expecting to get new shelves, which I have these cube shelves and I've had these for years and I hate them. They are such a pain because they're so deep. So you could do like two books deep, but they're not very long, obviously. So I can't really play with like themes or like doing different kind of fun shelf displays. I basically just have to use them like as shelves. Very much first world problem, I understand that, but anyway, so it's going to be pretty similar, I'd say, to how I had my shelf before, but obviously I didn't really show that in the video, and so I thought it'd be kind of fun. You guys can get an overview of this as well. A little disclaimer as well, I am in the middle of my read and release physical TBR series, which if you guys haven't seen it, you should check it out, but I'm reading through my entire physical TBR and unhauling as much of it as possible. I'm not sure when this video is going to go up, but I'm in the midst of filming that right now. So a lot of the books that are on my physical TBR, I have already set aside that I know I'm almost certain I'm not gonna keep. So a lot of those aren't in here, and you might not have seen the video for that yet. Just for like the consistency of the Fiction with Fallon cinematic universe. But yeah, I don't think anyone cares that much. But disclaimer. So yeah, I'll stop yapping and we'll get into it. There's so many books here, I don't even know where to start. I think I'm going to kind of group them. I know I'm going to do it by genre. I thought it'd be kind of fun to do like rainbow shelves, but it's not going to look right in the cubes. I already know it. And then I am going to leave some space for a couple books I know I'm going to be getting. Not a lot of space, but like just in my mind, maybe. I don't know that I'll actually have enough space, but we'll see. So yeah, I'm just going to try and kind of group stuff together and see if anything jumps out at me. I think it also makes a lot of sense in my brain to do like fantasy here because it's kind of darker. So that's where those are going to go. Like Crescent City is a great example. I have two Crescent Cities, and there's a third one coming out, or that's already out, which I am going to get. But I don't really have space to leave space for it on my shelf, so we're just going to ignore that for now and have to reorganize everything when I get that book. Okay, I'm also going to do, I kind of want to do like a fantasy fairy tale retelling section because I used to love those. So I have all these Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer, which I read when I was really like, I don't know, a good long while ago, and I love these. But I have another one over there, Court of Thorns and Roses kind of is. This book is, I'd kind of want to keep them together, but I don't know that that's going to be possible, but we'll see. As you can see, it's a very, very specific decisions that need to be made. Okay, it's kind of coming together a little bit, but I'm also kind of hating it. So I have the Sarah J Maas stuff here. I have Throne of Glass, some random fantasy, and then this I was doing like fantasy retelling, where I have the Lunar Chronicles and then some random books over there, and this is a mystery, so that shouldn't even really be there. I don't love that. I also like can't make myself stack other books on top of a series stack, if that makes sense, because I make these rules for myself. Also, while we're at this, I don't know if there's a hot take, but I see a lot of these bookshelf videos and people stack the first series at the first in the series at the bottom and then go to the top. That is incorrect. I understand you have to reorder it. It like irks me. The first one should go on top, and I would like to hear in the comments if I'm crazy about this or if that's how you guys think it should be, but I cannot deal. So I have a big stack of these Harry Potter movies, which are chunky. I don't have enough space to display them, so I'm going to put those at the back and then put one of my series of Harry Potter in front. Okay, now my next thing I have is all of these illustrated ginormous Harry Potters, which I used to stack. I'm wondering if it would make more sense to do them standing up, but I don't think it will, but we'll find out. Okay, so I don't love how it looks over here, but I think it's probably not as good as we're gonna get. I have a bit of an obsession. I do love Harry Potter, so I used to get them all the time. I still have left my original like paperback, all of those, and then I have a box set of Harry Potters as well. I would have loved for them to all fit on 2 shelves, but I think it's gonna have to go to 3 shelves. So let's do that. Okay, so this is how it's kind of looking now. I have this really stunning UK edition. I would love to do like a turnout book on this one, but I don't have space. So it's kind of sitting there. I feel like I honestly just need to hide that at the back as well. I don't love any of this, to be completely honest, but I like this one. This is fine. I don't know what to do with this because I have my paperbacks at the back, which I don't love either. It feels weird not having them on display. So yeah, we might end up doing something slightly different, but for now, I think I've kind of worked out this is where the Harry Potters are going to go. So that's at least good that we know that. So I've just done this cube, which is just kind of all my random books. It's a lot of nonfiction. Yeah, just like books my mum's gotten me or just random books that I have. So they're sitting there and I'm happy with those. Yeah, so that's kind of solidified. I'm happy with this box as well. This one I don't love, but I don't think it's going to get any better. So I'm happy with that one as well. On the floor, I just have a bunch of random books left. I have this box open here, this Harry Potter one, which I think needs some more work, and this one needs some more work. So overall, I think we're doing pretty well. I do still have these horse books, which is like a cute little series. They're really annoying to try and fit into these shelves because obviously they're quite small, so they don't really stack very nicely. And I'm kind of tempted to just stack them on top of the Lunar Chronicles or hide them in the back. And then I have a little mystery stack, and I have poetry, which I really want to make a little poetry section because I'm getting more into poetry and I'd love to just have somewhere to kind of, anytime I get a new one, that it has a home. But yes, so we're going to continue working. Hopefully I can rearrange this into something that I actually like. Okay, so this side's kind of done. I don't love it, but I know that within the confines of these cubey shelves, it's kind of the best I'm going to get. So it's kind of fantasy, older fantasy, I would say there. Then I have this YA fantasy here, the Lunar Chronicles. Next to that, I have some horse books, and then above it, I have my poetry and some random I've got these like stocking stuffers, they're like quote books. So they definitely, the poetry and the quote books kind of go together in my head. They obviously don't go together, but again, I'm so confined with the cubes. And then over here, I kind of have my mystery section, which I've recently whittled down quite significantly because I've unhauled a lot of it. But I have my Richard Osman books, which are not in the right order. Hang on. Which are phenomenal, and if you haven't read them, you definitely should. And I will probably, he has a new series out, which I'll get. There's another one of those coming out, so maybe I'll have new shelves by then, but there's always going to be rearranging whenever I get new ones. But then I'm kind of going into this is a Jane Austen murder mystery, which I am planning on getting some Jane Austen books, so I'm kind of hoping that they'll seamlessly kind of transition into those, but for now, we've filled it with other stuff. Alright, I've rearranged a little bit more and I think I'm done now. Hello. So it has been a couple of days since I filmed that last clip and I ended up completely rearranging like half the shelves after I showed you guys where I'd kind of finally settled. It's not entirely my fault because I unhauled a couple more books and I got a couple new ones. So I had to rearrange, which I did tell you guys that if I need to get any more because of the stupid cube shelves, I'd have to rearrange everything. So it's all different now. So I'm going to take you guys through and this is the end for a while. I'm settled. These are the books I want. They're staying. So let me show you around. So as you guys can see, these two shelves are pretty much the same. Down here are my two different sets of Harry Potter illustrated editions. The bottom ones are the Jim Kay editions, and then the top ones are the Minilimas. Here is still just those Harry Potter hardcovers with the nerdy ink dust jackets. This shelf, as you can see, has changed drastically. The third and fourth editions of Harry Potter have had to be shoved to the back. I just didn't have enough space for 5, and you can still kind of see them peeking through, but they've had to take a back seat. I'm realizing now I got pretty much an entirely new shelf of books that like all the books I got are taking up a whole shelf, which is shocking. But I have these kind of classics, these really pretty editions from Barnes & Noble. So I have Alice in Wonderland and then Jane Austen, another Jane Austen, and then kind of this modern classic. And then this is my poetry section, which I'm really happy about actually, because I'd mentioned before I wanted to have space for when my poetry collection kind of expanded. And I found some great books and I got them. But yeah, it's nice to just be able to plop them there. And then this one I think has stayed pretty much the same as well, which is like French books, random books, and then like horse books. And then this is like a textbook that I have, but I think that's new. But all that fits in pretty nicely. I think for the most part, I've managed to kind of keep all the fantasy and mystery and like darker stuff to the dark shelves, which I'm pretty happy about. So in this shelf, I don't think much has changed. I have the Game of Thrones books on the left and then A Court of Thorns and Roses in the middle. I've had to move the novella onto the top just so that everything would fit. And then Crescent City, this one is new, so I got the third one, and so I had to kind of shuffle things around a little bit. I really hate that they're split up, but it was like the best I could do. So these are Sarah J. Maas books, so they go with those Sarah J. Maas books, but then they're also like fantasy mystery, so they kind of blend into my mystery section. You see what I was thinking there? So yeah, kind of moving into wacky mystery and then more traditional mystery. And then I have like Sherlock Holmes one, which is more of a classic, moves into a Jane Austen murder mystery, which blends into the Jane Austens. You see the logic? Yeah, it all makes sense. I understand I'm crazy, it's fine. And then I think this one's pretty much the same as well. This is just my Throne of Glass box set and some random little books on top. And then over here is the Lunar Chronicles. And then next to that, I have Never, which is also a fairy tale retelling, which I think might be new. And then Jessa Hastings books, which is by the same author. Definitely a very different genre, but it kind of fits. And then here is just this horse series I have, which is kind of near the rest of the horse books. So logically, it kind of makes sense. So that is it for today's video. I have rearranged all my bookshelves, and I'm glad I got to bring you guys along and show you the new setup. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, let me know in the comments below, and I hope to see you in another video soon. Bye!